911 operator 2645. What's your emergency?
Ma'am, I don't even know if you can help me, but in America we call 911 for everything.
That's no problem, sir. What's the emergency?
Well, they're vilifying me. They're vilifying my profession and what it stands for.
Sir, can I get your name?
My name is Sergeant Warren Picard, and I've been a police officer for 31 years.
Okay, sir, you mentioned someone was vilifying police officers. Who is vilifying police officers?
Everyone. And I don't understand why. And really, to be honest with you, I just called a vet. Because it makes no sense to me that humans are the most intelligent species on Earth, and we cannot hold two ideas in our heads at the same time. One, that there are bad cops, and two, there are good cops that make mistakes. Does racism exist? Absolutely. Are there biases in law enforcement? Absolutely. Are there bad police officers? Absolutely. Do they need to go to jail? Absolutely. But on the other hand, there are good police officers that make bad decisions. They misunderstand real-time situations, misjudge the facts, but in no way are they criminals. They are humans like the rest of us and very capable of making honest errors in judgment. The problem is there's no one taking the time to make a clear distinction, and they're just vilifying us all.
Sir.
Hold on. Just let me vent. Every day I pray for the families who have lost someone at the hands of the work of a horrible police officer. Bad police officers need to be punished. They need to go to jail if needed. The question is, what do we do with police officers that on a particular day, at a particular time, was guilty of being nothing but human? It is human to make mistakes. We all do it. It's a God-given mystery of the brain as to why at times we don't have the clarity and judgment we need. But that does not make us a criminal. But if you call 911 and an officer comes out and makes a bad decision, should the officer go to jail for trying? Police officer has to be right all the time. They have to make decisions at the speed of light and be right all the time. And reasonable, intelligent people should recognize that that is an impossibility. And I'm sorry, I just needed you to listen. All I'm saying, this is not making any sense. If the person at Starbucks messed up your coffee order, they get to pour that down the drain and start all over again. If a lawyer chooses the wrong defense for his client and loses at trial, the lawyer gets to file an appeal because there's an opportunity for him or her to get it right. A baseball player gets 3 swings at the plate to get a hit. A basketball player gets 24 seconds to get off the perfect shot. An NFL quarterback has 40 seconds to run the perfect play. But an officer has to make a decision in a split second? Over 250,000 people died last year as a result of errors made by doctors. 250,000 people died last year of errors made by doctors. Doctors have almost 10 years of training when an officer has a little over 6 months. Doctors have books, the convenience of x-rays, even can get a second opinion, and they still made over 400,000 errors last year. But we expect an officer to get it right every time. Decisions that they are required to make at the speed of light, we require them to get it right every time. Listen, I understand the consequences of our decision. Don't get me wrong. I'm not minimizing that responsibility we have to get it right. I'm just saying it is humanly possible that we might not get it right. And if we don't get it right, it does not make us a criminal in every incident. I, like every other officer, respect the dignity of life. We love to serve and the people that we serve. No officer gets up in the morning and said, I'm going to go out and take someone's life today. No officer does that. But we would not hesitate to put ourselves in between you and danger. We answer every call, no matter a crisis. And we would die for you. You know, I remember riding down the interstate one time, and an accident happened right in front of me. The accident was so violent that one of the cars immediately burst into flames. I exited my car and ran to the car, and by the time I got to the car, it was fully engulfed in flames and smoke, and the car was filling up with smoke inside the interior. A female passenger in the front seat, and there was 2 kids in the back. And they was in child seats, and I immediately started to try to break the window. I hit it with my fist first and didn't have any success. My second attempt, I tried to use the butt of my weapon to knock out the window, but still I had no success. I made a split-second decision to pull the trigger to shoot out the glass, and I was able to get inside and save a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old from sudden death. The mother of the children eventually passed. She did not survive the accident. A couple of days later, I'm riding up the escalator, and my commander got on the excavator and he said some words to me that I would never forget. He said, Picard, you was 2 inches from being a villain. I made a split-second decision to try to save someone's life, but had I not been successful and struck one of the kids with a bullet, I would have been a villain. Listen, we do everything possible to save lives. I will not be there to tuck your kids in at night, to read them a bedtime story, but I guarantee you I will give every drop of my blood to make sure that you're there every night to handle that responsibility. And in those rare occasions where I'm trying to do the right thing and make a mistake, you have to think out of both sides of your brain and say they're only human.